I'm going to call the meeting to what?
We're not
All
on the
right,
record.
all right. Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Here.
Mr. Fuller?
Here.
Mr. Patel?
Please.
Ms. Levine? Mr. Monzo?
Here.
Mr. Snow?
Here.
Mr. Shepherd?
Here.
Mr. Snow?
Here.
Wagner? Mr. Worrell?
Here.
Please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice requirements of the open public meeting law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Coaster, and filed at the office and Township Clerk on June 12, 2018. Emergency notice. There is an emergency exit through the courtroom doors and 2 exits at the rear of the room. No smoking. Board policy. No new cases started after 11 p.m. and no new testimony taken after 11:30. In addition, the applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. All meetings will be video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable Channel 22, Verizon Fios Channel 77 on Cablevision. All cell telephones must be turned off, or if you need to make a call, please make your call outside the meeting room. I have some housekeeping before we start, so I'll do that first.
I think you have to be sworn in.
Yes, okay.
So if you would raise your right hand and
I-
repeat after what it says.
I, Henry Shepard, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and alliance to the same of the governments established in the United States and in the state under the authority of the people. I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties in the position of member of the Township of Ocean Board of Adjustment according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I think it's in a 4-year appointment.
Another 4 years.
Yeah.
That's what your wife said.
Very
And
long
I
time.
think everyone else is,
Everybody else?
he's the only new appointment for this term.
Right.
Okay.
Been here since 1991. That's a long time. All right. Yeah, I know. Okay, so second, we're going to elect the chairman. I'm going to nominate Warren Good to be chairman.
I
second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
That's what he gets for not coming
Yeah,
tonight.
I know.
Vice chairman.
I'll nominate Mr. Henry Shepard.
Second?
Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes. Approved meeting dates for the upcoming year. Do I have to read the dates?
They're posted.
Okay, they're posted on the wall. So please, if you're interested, they're on the wall. Okay,
I move for approval of the posted dates.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
Appointment of the Board of Adjustment Attorney. I nominate Mark Steinberg.
Second.
Is that open to discussion? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
Thank you.
Appointment of the Board of Adjustment Planner. I nominate Jim Higgins.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
Appointment of the Board of Adjustment Engineer. I'd like to nominate Bill Fitzgerald.
Second.
Okay.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
Appointment of the Board of Adjustment Secretary. I nominate Rachel.
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Ms. Bonnie?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Snow?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg, would you be good enough to
Yes.
swear in the professionals?
Does Rachel, you get sworn in?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
So Ron and Jim, if you raise your right hands and repeat after this. I
I, James W. Higgins,
Well, sorry. There we go. Forgot this last name.
solemnly
Swear
that I
I
will
will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, that all testimony
I shall provide during all hearings throughout my term
shall be under oath, therefore be under legal obligation to speak the truth at all times. I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the Township Administrator,
planner,
according to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
We should practice that before.
Okay. Next, case is carried to August 16th, 2018. Dennis Randall, Gerald Miller, Block 131, Lot 11, 2001 South Wanamassa Drive, Wanamassa. Morris Dweck, Block 43, Lots 1 and 2, 300 Parker Avenue, Deal Park. David Hamadani, Block 25.27, Lot 7, 199 Oakhurst Road, Oakhurst. Todd and Lauren Hundley, Block 73, Lot 8, 515 Beechwood Avenue, West Allenhurst. Maurice and Adeline Benjamin, Block 22, Lot 38, 250 Overbrook Avenue, Oakhurst. Fahar and Rebecca Salome, Block 22, Lots 44.02, 249 Overbrook Avenue, Oakhurst. St. George Greek Orthodox Church, Block 1.02, Lot 73, 1033 West Park Avenue, Ocean. 485 South Edgemere Drive, LLC, Block 76, Lot 5. 485 South Edgemere Drive, West Allenhurst. And case 4, Maverick Nunes Vias, Block 38, Lot 117, 149 Bound Road, Wayside, Zone R2. That's August 16th also. And case number 5, Laura.
Juliana.
I know that. Laura Giuliano, DBA Sugar Paws Dog Training LLC. I was a little tongue-tied there. Block 1.05, Lot 6, Cobblestone Village, 841 West Park Avenue, Ocean, Zone C2. They will both be heard also August 16th. Jack Shama, this case is withdrawn. Block 25, Lot 26, 2 Weinberg Court, Oakhurst. Okay, resolutions and memorializations. They are posted on the board, hoping that no one will make me read them all. Can I offer them all?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes? Okay.
Same vote.
Eric Setton, Block 71, Lot 2, 706 Laurel Avenue, West Allenhurst, bulk variance approval. David and Lila Soltz, Block 50, Lot 6, 404 Runyon Avenue, West Deal, bulk variance approval. Cesar Malay, Block 22, Lot 6, 326 Roosevelt Avenue, Oakhurst, bulk variance approval. And there's one more over here, right? John and Virginia Poveretti, Block 140.01, Lot 3, 210 Lakeview Avenue, Colonial Terrace approval. Somebody offer, please?
I offer.
Second.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Monzo?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
And Mr. Worrell?
Yes.
That brings us to case number 1. Sam and Susan Cohen, Block 8.02, Lot 1, 4 Old Farm Road, Oakhurst, Zone 1. This is an application to construct a new 2-story single-family dwelling with variances for front yard setback under minimum and change in grade above maximum. Attorney for the applicant, Peter Falvo. Rachel, if you want to mark the packet. Okay. Mr. Fitzgerald isn't here, and Mr. Higgins is going to read both reports.
Okay. I
Okay?
will summarize both reports.
Good for you.
My report, basically, this is construction of a single-family house on a vacant lot. They require 2 variances. One is for change of grade of more than 2 feet. The issues there are aesthetics, whether or not the drainage works, and whether or not there's going to be a substantial amount of fill either taken to or from the site. The last 2 are engineering issues. Bill has no engineering concerns with the application, his report says. With regard to the aesthetics, I have no problem with the aesthetic appearance of what they're proposing to do. They're providing a lot of nice landscaping, and so I don't have a problem with that variance. The other variance is a front yard setback variance. It's a corner lot. They require a 50-foot setback on both frontages. A small corner of a window well encroaches into the front yard setback. That's 48.1 feet, I think, is a setback to the corner of the window well. Otherwise, everything else is fully conforming, so I don't have a problem with that. I think it's a de minimis variance. They also submitted a very extensive tree plan, and they meet the requirements of the ordinance in that regard. So I don't have any major concerns with the application, and I know Bill doesn't either.
Peter?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Peter Fowler, attorney for the applicant. Mr. Cohen, please pardon my frogginess, and it's that time of year again, and my allergies and my sinuses are having a field day. All right, the board package has been marked B1.
Yes.
Just to save time, I'd like to introduce as A1 in evidence plans prepared by Nelson Engineering Associates entitled Preliminary and Final Site Plan, Plot Plan for Old Farm Road, dated November 7th, 2017, revised through June 15th, 2018.
Peter, you want a water?
Consisting of 5 sheets. No, it's not water, believe me. It's
Okay.
should be so easy. Thank you. I'll take a case of that. And as A2 in evidence,
Yeah, it's gonna go. I'll take it out of this.
A2 in evidence would be the architectural plans of Feltz Collins Architects, consisting of 1 sheet dated April 18th, 2018.
What was it, the on those, Peter?
April 18th, 2018. We also have the
Thanks.
Thank you.
as A3 would be the drainage system design report, preliminary and final site plan, prepared by Nelson Engineering, signed by Matthew R. Dubois, P.E., dated June 15th, 2018. And A4 will be the tree report prepared by Zig Panic, certified tree expert, dated August 2017. Okay. And I'd like to start off by having Mr. Besh take the stand, please.
Mr. Besh, please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name and address.
David H. Besh, B-O-E-S-C-H, 1750 Bloomsbury Avenue, Ocean, New Jersey.
And you've
Yes.
testified here at least 500 times.
A few.
Yes,
So will, the board accepts this credentials?
absolutely.
Thank you.
Mr. Besh, you prepared the plot plan for this application. Could you please just describe to the board the variances requested, why, and go over the general review of the plan?
What I have shown up on the board is essentially the packet marked as A1 in evidence, the plot plan package. It depicts the property located at the corner of Old Farm Road and Old Farm Road. Old Farm Road is one of those roads that curls back on itself, so it fronts on the same road twice. It's located, actually, let me orient this so north is upwards, so we can all, whoops, that's downwards. Understand the property's location. Larchwood Road would be over to the right. Whale Pond Brook would be to the top or north. So we're close to the West Long Branch border, just west of Larchwood Road. The property is located in the R1 zone, which requires a lot area of 40,000 square feet. This subdivision, when it was created back in the 70s, the Clover Hill subdivision, was approved under the cluster provisions of the ordinance, which permitted 30,000 square foot lots in this design and orientation. This lot has 36,555 square feet, so it is conforming as a lot under the cluster provisions of the ordinance. The two variances that we are seeking relief on are, as Jim had mentioned, a front setback variance to the northern Old Farm Road for a corner of a window well located on the north facade of the building, and for a change in grade of more than 2 feet. Now the property is sloping. To the south, it raises up to an elevation of about 30. To the north, it lowers down to a grade of about 30. So there's a 10-foot grade change in the property from south to north. So it is to provide a livable surface for this application that necessitates the change in grade of more than 2 feet. Since the site is wooded with a very sandy soil, the drainage requirements are substantial. Essentially, since no water runs off the property now, the system that we've designed catches all the storm or runoff water and percolates it back into the ground. But as Bill had recommended in his report, we will meet with him and satisfy all the details to that system to his satisfaction. The other component that it was of concern was the tree removal. Apparently, I am starting to count like my grandson. Every once in a while, I drop a number out of sequence. But we will provide the corrected plan. But I also recall from Jim's letter that with the extensive landscaping that's proposed, we do satisfy the ordinance requirements for landscape replacement.
Do you have the sheet with the tree removal and landscaping plan? And you're referring now to sheet 4 or sheet 3?
This is sheet 5 of 5.
5 of 5.
With the complete listing of the trees that were listed in Mr. Panick's evaluation of the trees. I believe I'm missing tree number 107,
Yeah, that's-
and that will be included in any revisions.
And with regard, because of the severe slope in the property, this is what's necessitating the regrading, and as a result of the regrading, a lot of these trees have to go.
That's correct.
But what is proposed here is substantial landscaping around the perimeter of the property.
That's correct.
Okay, and also you have provision in there for the underground drainage system.
Correct. You can see somewhat shaded underneath the landscape plan the principal location of the underground drainage system, but there is a substantial network of stormwater pipes and swales that direct the water runoff to that system that necessitated the regrading.
I have no further questions of this witness unless members of the board do.
Any questions? Okay.
Okay,
Next, members of the public.
good.
I'm good. I wasn't sure if they wanted to open it up to the public.
Oh,
Not yet.
Not yet.
You have is there somebody else testifying?
yeah, maybe the architect.
You know what, maybe Mr. Bush is up here.
Okay.
Does anybody from the public have anything, any questions?
Actually, the applicant just reminded me of one thing, that on the plans, we show the driveway to be dry-laid pavers. They're also investigating the potential to use porous asphalt pavement. So in either condition, we'll be satisfying the stormwater requirements of the town and satisfying the details of Bill Fitzgerald in either alternative.
Good?
I think probably that should be listed, if the board approves it, as a condition of approval, that the driveway be either the dry laid pavers or the porous pavement. Because otherwise, if Mark writes the resolution, it says it has to be in strict conformance with the plans,
So with
and the
driveway
plans show
will
the
be
pavers.
Dry,
Dry laid pavers,
LAID,
Yes.
sorry.
pavers.
That's,
Or-
dry laid pavers are just regular pavers, is
Well,
that what it?
Yeah, it's-
Or
You know,
It's regular pavers. They have the sand
yeah.
joint in between them to allow the water to percolate.
Pervious.
I would say that you should confer, because it's either gotta be one or the other.
Excuse me?
They're saying it should be either one or the other.
Yeah, because otherwise Mark writes the resolution that it's in
Right.
strict conformance, and if the plan says pavers, they'd have to do pavers or come back to the board. So this way,
Then-
they have the option to do either,
Then any future revisions will reflect porous asphalt.
yes.
So it's gonna be porous asphalt.
Porous asphalt.
Only dry pavers.
Or similar output then, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Anyone from the public here with questions? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody need that for the property?
Of course.
We can't.
It's off the site now.
Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name
David Collins.
and your affiliation to the application.
I'm the architect from Feltz Collins Architecture.
Okay, have you testified before this board?
Several times,
I
yes.
think so. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, we'll accept your credentials.
Thank you.
Mr. Collins, you just give the board a brief overview of the house and what constraints you had given the topography of the property.
Certainly. So, again, this is a single family home. We're proposing a two-story house here. It's pretty typical for most single family houses. Most of the living spaces are on the ground floor. We have we have the foyer coming in from the front, patios that lead out to the backyard area. On the second floor, we have several bedrooms.
Bless you.
Bless you. In the basement, we have mechanical space, storage space,
Bless you.
and a game room for the children. This is the area we're talking about, those window wells that are essentially at grade. That's the portion of our building that penetrates the 50-foot yard front setback. The exterior of the building is going to be a combination of stucco and stone. This west elevation faces, well, the west elevation faces one of the legs of Old Farm Road. You can see shaded in this area stone, stippled, and the rest will be stucco. A shingle tile roof along the roof, low sloping roof. We comply with the height requirement. We're just under 30 feet from the first floor to the ridge. We're at 29'8". And again, those materials we wrapped around all four sides. The constraint that Peter's talking about and the reason we're asking for the front yard setback variance is since we're on a corner, we have those two setbacks pushing us way back into the corner of the site. So to be able to have a usable backyard, we really had to position the house a certain way. And when we did that, the one piece that we couldn't really get inside was that piece that's essentially at grade, that little window well.
Any questions?
Any questions from the board? Anyone here from the public with questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, that's our case. Relying upon the board's reports and the testimony presented, I think that the board has substantial proof before it, and the applicant has proved by preponderance of the credible evidence that the requested variances can be granted.
Anyone from the board have any questions for Peter? Anyone from the public have any questions or comments? Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
I move it. Thank you. Joel, second. Yes.
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 Action?
I move for a positive resolution with the conditions that the applicant comply with the recommendations of the engineer.
A second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
This brings us to case number 2.
Thank you, and water.
Kristen Malta Panaris, block 133, lot 1, 1004 Wickapecker Drive, Wanamassa. This is an application to keep a shed with variances for a side yard setback under minimum.
The record reflects them disqualified.
Mr. Malta is disqualified. Are you both going to testify?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm the owner of the house. This is my husband, Nick, and I'm just going to have him.
Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name and
Kristen.
address.
Kristen Malta Panaris, 1004 Wickapecker Drive, Ocean.
And you, sir, you're going to testify also?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Please state your name and address.
Nicholas Panaris at 1004 Wickapecker Drive, Wanamassa, New Jersey.
Okay. Rachel, please mark the packet. Mr. Higgins?
That's okay. The applicant's requesting to maintain 2 existing 80-square-foot sheds on a residential lot. One of the sheds is fully conforming, the second does not meet the required side yard setback. The ordinance requirements are that the ordinance allows more than 1 accessory building on a lot. 1 accessory building may be permitted for which the side and rear yard setback requirements shall be no less than 5 feet, provided that it does not exceed 10 feet in height or 150 square feet in area. It is not attached to or within 10 feet of the principal building. All additional accessory buildings shall conform to the minimum setback requirements of the principal building. The required side yard setback for the zone is 15% of the lot width, which equates to 14.4 feet. The existing shed is set back 0.7 feet from the side property line. Given the fact that the lot is a corner lot, which requires a 30-foot front yard setback on each front property line, and the location of the house it would be difficult to locate the shed in a conforming location just about anywhere on the lot. Given the fact that the 2 sheds total 160 square feet, which is not much greater than the 150 square feet permitted by ordinance for 1 shed, it may be reasonable to allow the second shed also to be set back 5 feet. However, the location of the shed and the 20-foot wide side yard would result in the shed being 5 feet from the residence, which might be too tight. The applicant should explain to the board why the shed is located in the 20-foot wide side yard and could not be located elsewhere on the site at a setback of 5 feet. If the board is satisfied that it is appropriate to locate the shed in the 20-foot side yard, it may want to require it to be located so that there is room between the fence and the shed for adequate maintenance. And that being said, looking at the pictures, it looks like there is, and I question whether it's set back 0.7 feet or a little bit farther. We should maybe have some sort of a record for that. Bill's report basically states it's an application for a shed with a variance for side yard setback. The surrounding neighborhood is fully developed and has been for many years, and notwithstanding planning considerations regarding the matter, I have no substantive engineering concern regarding the applicant's proposal.
Okay. Who's going first?
Okay. The 0.7 foot setback from the property line is actually inaccurate. It's actually 2.5 feet. It's 2.5. I can walk around.
You can get in back of it?
It looks, from looking at the photos, there very definitely looks like there's room to maintain.
So you can maintain the back and you can
Yes.
you maintain the grass, whatever's back there, you know,
Correct.
2.5 feet.
leaves. Okay. Coast. So tell me why you need two accessory structures.
Okay. We have recently made a 25 by 25 unlivable space in our house livable, and all that storage that we had in there needed to go somewhere. So we bought 2 sheds, thinking that instead of buying 1 big shed, if I bought 2 sheds, it would be under the ordinance that I needed to for the permits. But that was inaccurate on my part. I should have just bought 1 big shed, and that's why we bought 2.
Okay. So you need it for storage because
Correct.
you evidently took your storage space away.
Yes.
Okay. And you can't You have a basement?
I had a basement, now it's finished and livable.
Oh, so you can't store the stuff. So you're talking about lawnmowers, stuff like that, right?
One has the lawnmowers and bicycles, the other one has like sports equipment and other little storage things.
Got you. Okay. Any questions from the board?
Nice shed.
It's a nice shed. Anybody else?
So it's 2.5 feet.
Any questions from the public?
Is it behind the fence?
Come on up.
Is there a fence in front of it?
Yes.
Yes.
So you
On-
can't.
You
on
can't
two
see it from
of the four
Wickapeco.
sides, there's
I
a
know.
You have to use that microphone.
Just real quick, Chairman, the second picture, what's this a picture of?
The second picture?
That's from Wickapeco, looking at it from Wickapeco.
If you're standing on
So
the
you
street.
can't see the shed from Wickapeco, it's behind the fence.
Okay, so this isn't your yard.
Oh, that is my yard.
That you
That's
can't,
my front yard.
I want to see the picture from the.
so it's like hidden.
Can't see it. Okay, fencing.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Okay?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at. The front yard is, it's your front yard, and then the fence, you have the fence like in the middle of your property dividing your front yard and your backyard.
Correct.
And the shed is behind the fence.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Good?
Okay.
We good with that?
Oh, yeah.
Please raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name and address into the microphone.
Amit Yogev, 1000 Wickapeco Drive.
Right.
Good evening to you, good evening to the neighbors. No objection on our behalf to have two sheds. However, both sheds are facing our property line. So when you come out of our living room, you have a shed on the right-hand side, 5 feet, great, no problem. But the left one is 38 inches away from the property line, which we have a fence. So you have a couple of issues. So first of all, issue number one, we don't have an issue with you having a second shed. But the problem is where it's located. Issue number one, their property is a little bit more elevated than ours. It's about 1.5 feet roughly. There is no retaining wall over there, and the fence is fairly exposed. So one of the issues that we have that, severe weather, I'm sure they're gonna have some weight over there. This thing can slide, this thing can move. That's optional. That's basically the first thing that we have in mind. The second thing is from a resale value. In the future, if you would like to sell the house, we invested a lot of money in the house. And, if potential buyer will come, he goes into a nice backyard and you see two sheds. Not a problem, but the fact that one is 38 inches away, that can raise an issue. So the reason I'm here, my wife is not here, is just to ask you to push it back towards your house a little bit more so we can have that area a little bit cleared up.
Can you do that?
Is there
It's possible.
adequate room to open the doors if it were to be moved?
Yes.
It's facing that opposite way.
Yes, it is.
It's facing your neighbor's house.
No, it's
No.
facing Griffin Place,
What?
which is,
It's facing Griffin?
yes, the doors open away from their home.
Okay, so the door's open towards your home.
Correct.
Mm,
No.
no,
Towards your
towards Griffin
What's
Place.
Wickapeco?
No, that-
No,
he's
towards the
talking
back
about
of
a
the
di-
property. They open towards the back of the property.
I think the shed he's referring to,
No, he's talking about the one.
The
where old
shed?
was.
Yeah.
the shed,
To your right. If your house is in your back, the one to the right, the new one that you picked. The second one.
okay,
Focus
then I
on this
can't
one,
answer
please.
that.
Okay, sir, can I ask you, so that I know what shed you're talking about? Is it the one with the green doors, the pretty one here, or is it
Can I have it
a
closer?
different one?
Or no?
Both pictures are the same shed.
Both pictures of the same
Oh,
shed.
okay. So
What's this
what shed is the gentleman talking about?
The one that is facing, the one that is along Wickapeco.
It's
Okay.
the one that we're here today, and you have pictures.
Okay.
The other one
Right.
complies. The other one is 5 feet off
Yeah.
from
Right.
the rear
The
and
other
the
one's 5
side.
feet off, so it's not
It's the
38
one next to the
inches.
house, basically.
This one is 38 inches
That's-
off.
Could you move it a little?
That's not 38 inches.
2.5 feet.
It's 2.5 feet high.
Okay.
Again, for a few reasons, the property is elevated, which is fine, there is nothing they can do about it, but as I learned through doing some work with some of my clients, after a few years, the platform that they build in, whoever builds in, usually it's wood. So that's getting, kind of like corroded after a couple of seasons. And then you have animal penetration, and then it's kind of like start to tilt to the left, tilt to the right.
Well,
And the fact that it's elevated, it's a little bit of a concern. So again, if it's possible to push it towards the other side, towards their house, we have no objection.
let me ask you this. What you're talking about, okay, the porch is here. Okay, no, you're talking about on the fence. I don't know.
If you're looking at the picture of the shed,
Right,
on the left-hand side is the property line.
right.
And my property is, as he states, about a foot higher than his property.
Yes.
There is a fence separating our properties.
Is there any way that you can move it over a bit?
We can move it to the right,
You
away
can.
from the property line.
You can. Okay.
Are you willing to do that?
I rather I didn't, but if I need to, in order to keep the shed, I will.
Is it on pavers I'm seeing, or is it like half pavers?
We
and then
we
it's
took
dirt?
pavers and put it as a foundation, and then we put a wood foundation on top of the pavers.
Top of the pavers.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not concrete.
Yeah.
No.
No.
All right, so it can, technically, it'll be a pain, but it's movable.
Exactly.
So, let's do this. I think you want to keep both sheds, and two accessories are a problem. So if you could just move it over so that you have happy, so that we're all cohesive and have happy neighbors, would be nice. So would that make you happy if it's moved over?
I'm not unhappy. I was just here to
Okay.
ask parents to move it. The question
it's-
is, how is it 5? I mean, how much can they?
They're not. Well, I don't think they're. I don't know.
How
Jim,
much space do they have?
what do you think?
You've got a little bit less than 20 feet there. It looks to me like the 8-foot dimension of the fence, of the shed, is facing east-west. So if you move it to 5 feet, and they have the 8 feet, you're gonna have about 7 feet or so between the shed and the house. I don't think you wanna get any closer than that to the house.
No, that's. So you're talking about moving it from 38 inches to 60 inches.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're talking about moving it.
22 inches.
22 inches. Okay, and then it basically be in conformity then, right?
No, it's not.
Well, not fully because it's a second shed.
Right. But that would at least give you some breathing room, 5 feet, if you could do that.
Okay.
Okay.
It still requires variance at 5 feet.
It requires a variance
Yeah.
because they have two sheds.
Yeah. Okay.
But then they would be in conformity with being 5 feet off of the side.
Right.
This could be the major shed, the other one could be not in conformity. It doesn't matter.
All right. Any other questions, sir? Okay. Any other questions from the board?
Just from my point, we went out of order, right? Usually he would have been asking questions. He kind of testified, right? So if he was testifying just now, my question would be, 22 inches, is that really going to change your aesthetics?
It's not a matter of aesthetics, really, it's a matter of safety. Because at the end of that shed, which is along the property line, this is when the slope starts. So, first of all, I don't want to get into the day that it's a little bit too late. And second of all, it has a very nice roof into it, which is an A-shaped roof. So at some times, when you got the heavy snow, when you got the leaves, everything will just fall into that grid that we have in between us. I'm sure it's gonna be hard to clean, it's gonna be hard to go there with a blower, so you can shift it a little bit to the right, keep it to 5, you still have a regular, walking surface that it's level. And also if I would like to sell the house, I would like to make sure that, nobody wants their, neighbors, properties, etc., right in your face.
So you say the 22 inches makes a difference?
It's 5 feet, I look at it, I'm not trying to talk about now, to separate the 38 from the 22, I look at it as the macro.
Okay. The only other question is, have you talked to them about it before tonight or no?
Unfortunately, no, because they never approach. I would have gladly speak with them and just ask them and have a conversation, but it didn't happen, so I wasn't aware of it. Just one day.
I think some plantings along the fence could really mitigate and solidify the instability of the ground in case of rain or storm on his side, though. So if there was some agreement you guys could come to where
So
maybe
I
put
do
some
have,
shrubbery
I
or
do
some
have,
grasses.
I do have on my side, I have Leyland cypress, but they're fairly young, they've had 3 or 4 years.
Right.
There is a tree on his part, but yeah, that whole, I would love, if he has the means to do it, and from his end to create something over there as well, the more the better.
We need 2 or 3, right?
But
What would Jim suggest goes in that 5 feet?
Would have to be something that's narrow growing and very shade tolerant.
Oh,
I would think a holly.
I didn't mean on
You
their
mean
side.
their
I meant
side,
on his
not
side.
this Oh, okay.
Yeah, to negate having to move it. Because what are you going to do? Move it
Yeah,
with
it's-
PVC
it's
rollers underneath it?
Pretty hard to require
Backbreaking
somebody
style?
on an adjacent property
Yeah.
We would
to do something.
deconstruct it,
Yeah.
move the wood platform and the pavers, and then reconstruct it.
Right. Not the end of the world, but not fun.
But not fun.
Yeah.
What's the weight of the shed?
heavy.
I would have to look that up. I don't know the exact weight. I only know.
It's wood, right?
Actual, no, it's,
No,
it's,
it's like the
I know.
Costco type
Yeah.
sheds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it's resin.
Yes.
Or yeah. Okay.
You can't just push them.
No.
I wouldn't attempt that.
Are you talking about landscaping between the
I
side
meant-
of the shed and the property line?
No, I meant. I didn't know that there was plants already on his side, so I'm thinking if they were to add grasses or something on his side, it could alleviate his fear of
Right, but we can't
erosion.
require off-site.
Right.
True.
Yeah, you
That was
can't
like
do
a
it. And then you
off the
can't do
books
it
kind of
in
deal I was
utilities.
proposing. I guess we're moving it.
Mhm.
Jim, do you have any other suggestions? You said, I mean, it's,
Other than moving it towards the back of the lot, no. I don't think there's any alternative.
all right.
Are there issues if we do move it toward the house?
No.
Okay, like nothing on the outside of our house is going to cause an issue with it being too close to that?
No, you're getting a full variance for it, because it's supposed to be 10 feet from the house,
Yeah.
and it won't be.
Yeah.
So that's part of the variance,
Yes.
so it'll be
It's
permitted.
supposed to be 10 feet from the house, because it clearly won't be 10 feet from the house.
Yeah.
Is that gonna cause a problem for you with the
No.
house, or looking at the window?
Not, I wanna make sure there's no problem.
but-
I just,
No,
you
you're
don't
gonna
have a
get-
huge picture window right there that you're moving it closer to, or something on that side. I looked at Google pictures, but they don't show the windows on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You good with this?
Yes. Just-
Any other questions from the board first? Any other questions or comments from the audience? Rachel, I'd like to move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Okay, action. Okay, I'll offer this with the stipulation that we move the shed.
To be 5 feet off the side property line.
5 feet off the property line.
Yeah, that the property owner moves the shed
5, yes.
5 feet.
Okay, you need a second?
Second.
Rachel, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 You can't vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Please call Rachel tomorrow. She'll give you instructions.
Mr. Shepherd, I need to recuse myself.
Well, yes, this is case 3, Raymond L. Block, 207, Lot 2, 2101 Logan Road, Wanamass, Zone R4. This is an application to erect a 6-foot solid fence with a variance for fence height over maximum in the front yard, and this is a corner lot. I'm recusing myself, and Eric Manel is recusing himself also.
We have enough
A
people.
lot of
left.
relatives tonight.
Okay.
Okay, good evening. So,
Malta.
we, the case was called, so you just mark the, package. And, reports to be read.
What do you have, Jim?
Is there a report?
Yep, yes, there are, yeah. I'll read my report. The applicant is requesting to replace an existing 4-foot-high open fence with a 6-foot-high solid fence. A significant portion of the fence will be located within the front yard. The ordinance permits a maximum 3-foot-high solid fence in the front yard so that a variance is necessary for the height of the fence. The site is a corner lot with the front of the house facing Logan Road. The proposal is to construct the fence from the front southeast corner of the house in a southerly direction to the front property line along Lawrence Avenue, to extend it along the Lawrence Avenue front property line for a distance of approximately 105 feet, and along the rear property line to the northern property line. Approximately 160 feet of fence will be located within the Lawrence Avenue front yard. The type of fence to be constructed is not clear from this submission, other than the fact that it will be a solid 6-foot-high fence. It appears that the applicant is proposing to match a neighbor's stockade fence, but this is not clear. The applicant needs to clarify the type of fence to be constructed, and any approval should be conditioned upon either a detail or visual representation of the type of fence. Since this is a corner lot, it is my opinion that some relief is warranted. However, the fence as proposed is very imposing and will have a significant visual impact. The board may want to consider a fence that extends from the southwest corner of the house to a point 8 feet north of the Lawrence Avenue front property line and westerly to the rear property line. This will eliminate the significant visual impact of the fence from Logan Road and provide some area between the fence and the Lawrence Avenue property line for landscaping to soften the fence, which the board has normally required in matters such as this. It will also allow adequate room in the rear yard for the house for outdoor activity. And I will read Bill's report. He says, first of all, he describes the application that the neighborhood is fully developed. This, from an engineering perspective, I do not typically recommend locating a solid-faced fence closer than 15 feet to a street front line. In this particular location, Logan Road is recently improved primary thoroughfare with no sidewalks. Lawrence Avenue is a short dead-end residential street that will likely not have municipally installed sidewalks in the foreseeable future. Accordingly, I would not object to the board granting a variance for a solid-faced fence to be set back 5 feet from the Lawrence Avenue front property line or 15 feet from the northerly Lawrence Avenue pavement edge, whichever is greater. The fence shall have an 8-foot by 8-foot chamfer at its southwesterly corner, and I'm questioning that. I think he might have meant southeasterly corner, because the southwesterly is where it butts the adjacent lot. That doesn't make sense. The applicant shall submit an acceptable landscape plan consisting of 35, 10/25 mixed variety evergreen shrubs to soften the outside faces of the fence. I don't have a problem at all with Bill's suggestion to soften the fence and have it chamfered at the corner, have it come out from the front of the house rather than the back of the house. It'd be 5 feet, either 5 feet off the property line or 15 feet off the curb line. But that works for me too. And as far as the landscaping, I think probably 35 shrubs is a good number of shrubs, but I think there should be some leeway one way or the other, that it should be a plan that's submitted for either his approval or my approval. And we need, and we do need an indication of what the fence is gonna look like. And I think the applicant has that in his hands right now.
Right.
Okay, raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you will give tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name and
Raymond Manel, 2101 Logan Road, Wanamassa.
tell us what you'd like to present in support of your application.
Well, I think when we put the permit in, we showed we were only going to put the fence on the western border, the solid 6-foot fence. We were going to keep the other fence as is, and at least where the location was, and replace that with a 4-foot black chain link fence.
Oh, okay, that's even better.
On Lawrence?
That, that wasn't clear from the application that was
Yeah.
submitted. Okay.
I think when we did the variance, it was,
Yeah.
I don't know, they only asked certain questions and I answered the questions, so.
Okay, okay.
So the fence looks like this, I guess it's a dog-eared
Okay.
fence that would
Oh,
go
okay.
along the western border.
Western border, okay.
And then I'll show you, I can
And
pass
then
it.
that would come out to the front property line, but not run along the front property line, which is fine.
Right.
Do we need to mark that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just give it to you. Where's this going?
I get this.
From
Put the solid fence.
the solid fence is going to be like this, and
Is that A1, Rachel?
then this is going to be the 4-foot chain link.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
variance is right here.
Yeah,
Let's start at this.
for 30 feet.
Mhm.
30 feet.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
me?
okay, yeah, that's,
So it doesn't have to chamfer it,
no, no.
because
Yeah.
a solid, a chain link is
Chain
an
link,
open
yeah,
fence is permitted.
4-foot
for
black
the front
chain
yard.
link is permitted. And the black is nice because you don't really see it.
Right.
It's there, but you don't see it.
So the variance is for the 30 feet of
At
the
30
rear
feet.
yard.
Your rear yard,
It is because
yes.
it's in the Lawrence Avenue
Yes,
front
that's
yard.
correct.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so
Now I
this is on the
Yep.
west.
So if I understand the testimony correctly, with the clarification as to the two types of fences that are going in, that resolves your concerns?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Then, does anyone from the public care to question the applicant?
I just, I'm
Go
not,
ahead. Anybody from the board?
before we get to that, I'd just like to ask the applicant, if I understand correctly, the 6-foot solid fence is going on the rear property line. The
Yes,
4-foot black chain link fence is going along Lawrence Avenue,
yes,
and is also the 4-foot black chain fence going on the area from Lawrence Avenue back towards your house.
yes.
And the area on the other side of the house, the northern side of your house, that link from the property line to your house, is that the black chain link fence?
It
or-
is, it is.
And so the
Here?
6-foot solid fence is only on the back property
Only on the
lines.
back property.
Oh,
Well,
Thank
You
you.
can also do it on the side if
He
you want
could
to.
do it, if he wanted to do the 6-foot solid fence there, he could, there's no variance required.
So actually, the only variance that's required is the Lawrence Avenue, the solid fence along the backyard, because that's the front yard.
The 30 feet.
Right.
Yeah, 30 feet.
30
Okay.
feet.
Would you describe the fence? Although we have pictures, I need a description.
It's a solid wood, 6-foot solid wood fence. I think it's called a dog-eared.
Dog-eared, yeah, that's correct. And it'll be, looks like it's a pine or a cedar?
It's gonna be cedar. I'm
Cedar
sorry.
fence, yeah.
It's gonna be cedar, so it will hold up a
Yes.
little bit longer.
Well, mine's been going for 30 years now, so.
That's good.
Any other questions from the board?
4 feet maximum to change the yard.
Back to the public. Does anyone from the public care to be heard? Any comments? Okay, seeing none. Is there a motion from the board?
Motion for a positive resolution.
Oh, right, yes, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've been in this chair. Let's close the public hearing first. Is there a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Call the roll?
Yes.
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 And now is there a resolution
Yes,
on
no,
the?
I'm still ready to make a motion for a positive resolution of the matter with ascertaining where the fence is as the applicant testified to.
I second.
Call the roll?
Yes.
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 Okay,
That's it. Well, thank you.
I think that concludes our business for tonight. Meeting adjourned.
I thought this was gonna be a hard hearing, because I thought it was